Point of this is just to talk a little bit, clear my head, and help anybody else that has the same type of issue. Maybe you find something that you can relate to. Maybe you don't like what I have to say. Both of those things are good. You like it or you don't like it, you're one step closer to finding out what you like or what you don't like. So, this is a little overdue. I've been trying to do this for a little while. And I think I operate the best when I just go for it. Because I'm speaking from a place of honesty and transparency, and I'm not trying to force anything. Letting these things flow with the mess ups. Oh, it's a B. With the mess ups, fuck. With the mess ups and the reruns and the cuts. I think it's all organic and it's actually pretty relatable as opposed to things that are heavily edited and refined. It just makes it like unattainable. Just like you, I have my own set of personal goals in which have required me to take a massive step back and analyze what I was doing career-wise, with the brand, personal development, family life. I took 2024, the entire part of it, to really dive into that. So I've been off socials a good amount, keeping care of what I had to take care of, because a lot of the brand work is done off the camera. And I was never the one to really point a finger to that or point the lens on it. I was never the one to really highlight the conversations I was having with individuals that I met. I just didn't think they played a huge role on socials. I just always thought like, hey, if I'm a good person, people will see me as a good person, or if people deem this valuable, and they'll see it as valuable. So like understanding the importance of these types of interactions, it's just emphasizing what I did on a personal level coming to this point. Like I spoke to a lot of people. I heard a lot about people's goals and their ambitions and what their driving factors were, and I was able to shed some light. And I think that is what Next Visionary is. I think it's in that conversation. It's that essence itself. So like having this shift on that, and like you ask, what is Next Visionary? Well, Next Visionary was, to begin with, the creative expression. It was a way for me to post things and get conversations starting. But it was such at a small scale that I never really didn't really know to start with. It was kind of more of a personal brand thing that I picked up from Gary Vee. And, the snowball effect is a real thing. After logo clients, graphic design clients, working on other projects, people then started to come to me for how to build something. And, it's really this snowball. With that being said, the reason for the huge step back is Next Visionary was never a clothing brand. That was never the big goal for Next Visionary, was to be this clothing brand. Like I said, a creative expression. A t-shirt was a canvas. That's what it was. That's how I viewed it. I never viewed Next Visionary as a clothing brand. T-shirt was a canvas. It was a way to spread a message. And as I'm entering new phases of my life, how can I do that better? That can take so many forms, that can change in many ways, because as a person, I'm not perfect. And I'm constantly changing and growing and evolving. And I encourage everybody who wants to listen to this and stays for this long to do the same thing. Full creative expression. The brand is a symbol for that. I hope when you see the V that you see a sign of hope, right? The concept of Next Visionary. Everybody sees the cut mark that's in that V. Despite the cut mark, we can still make out the big picture. Now, how does that tie to life? Despite the adversity we face in life, if we keep a bright vision, we will come out victorious. There's a goat over here looking at me right now. There he is. All right. But with that being said, Next Visionary is always growing and changing. And now at 26 years old, I've had a deeper analysis of it. I've come to a good point, like, hey, I did a really good job up to this point. I'm in bigger conversations. I'm having better conversations. I'm in bigger rooms. I'm meeting people that are higher than me, and that's always good, because when you're trying to move forward, that's who you want to be around. You want to be around the people who have already done it, or the people who are climbing with you. That's who you want to be around. And that essentially sets the tone for all the conversations you have. There's a standard, a new standard. It's important, too, is letting go of an old version of yourself and allowing yourself to grow. A lot of us get hooked on those past tendencies, and we keep them, and sometimes they don't serve us no more, and that's all right. That's what makes us human, and that's what makes us evolve. Is kind of understand like, hey, I don't need to do this anymore, or this doesn't help me anymore. What can I do differently? I don't know. There's a lot for me to talk about. Just know that I've always been working. It, I currently do two different things at the moment, probably three or four different things if you really want to get down to it. But I've always been like that. Like that's not like a new thing, you know. Even when I was in college, I was working in a deli. I was working in a deli six days a week, or 7 days a week, you know. And then when I was coming home from that, I was working on the brand. That's the type of person that I am. I genuinely believe that those characteristics can be picked up if you truly have a burning desire and passion to do so. But more than that, I believe that people like that are born and kind of thrown into the mix of things, and they try really hard to change it. That's what I can say for myself.